Hey, Mark here. Uh, as a bike rider who rides his bike to school every day, I often see people riding their bike to school on bikes that are way too small. And this is because their frame size is too small. And on top of that, they haven't adjusted their bike to fit them as they grow. So, today we're going to be talking about bike sizing and fitting in order to allow you to have a comfortable ride. If your bike isn't fitted properly to your size, then it's going to be totally uncomfortable, a pain. You want it to be comfortable, fitted correctly to you. So, first is the bike frame size. So what you want to do is you're going to find a bike sizing chart online. If you look it up, you'll be able to find it. And it tells you how to measure different kinds of bikes. Of course, a mountain bike is going to be measured in inches, and then a road bike is going to be measured in centimeters. So this is a commuter bike. It's kind of a hybrid between a mountain bike and a road bike, but you can measure it as if it was a road bike, so we're going to be using centimeters. And to measure in centimeters, you're going to need a measuring tape. To measure the bike frame size, you're going to have to go measure from the top of the seat tube all the way to the middle of the crank down here, right there at the axle. So from the top of the seat tube to the axle, it is 54 centimeters. Now we go to the chart. The chart tells us that 54 centimeters is a medium-sized bike. And that's going to be for people who are about 5'7" to 5'9". So if you're 5'7" to 5'9", this 54 centimeter bike is going to be the right size for you. The second thing I see, which is a problem when people are riding poorly fitted bikes, is that maybe they have a close to correct frame size, but their seats and handlebars are way too not at all fitted to them. Oftentimes they won't raise them as they grow. As they're getting taller, they need to raise the handlebars and seat, but they're not doing that. So here's what we're going to do to fix that. Oftentimes, if it's too low, it's going to look, when you're pedaling, it's going to look like this. Now my foot and the pedal is all the way down. This is not good because my leg is totally, completely bent. That's not comfortable, and that's going to, after riding a lot, it's going to be really uncomfortable to be constantly having your leg hunched like that. So what you need to do to make it a better, properly fitted bike is to raise the seat. And we're going to show you what that looks like when it's done right in a second. To do it, you're going to need an Allen wrench. And there's an Allen wrench screw right here at the seat post. What we're going to do is you're going to take that Allen wrench, you're going to put it in the socket and loosen it. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. So now you've loosened the collar and the seat is loose, and you can bring that seat up. Once you've brought it up to the height you need, then you hold it in place and tighten the screw back down. Tighten the collar back down. And that will hold the seat in place. Need it pretty high. Now there is a maximum you can raise the seat post out of the seat tube, and you will know because there will be a line and it'll be something marking it, telling you that you can't raise any more than that. Otherwise it'll be structurally unstable, it'll be wobbling around. So you don't want that. So now that I've raised the seat, when I get on it, I have much better extension. In fact, it's almost straight. My leg is almost straight, and that's perfect. When the pedal's fully down, your leg should be almost straight with just a little bit of bend in it. Just a slight bend. And that's going to be comfortable because your legs aren't hunched up. You're getting full extension as you pedal, and that's going to be a good bike to ride for you. Now, the other thing I can do to make this bike more comfortable so I'm not hunched over with my back and arms is I can raise the handlebars. And so this is the same concept. Allen wrench. Right here there's a rubber cover. You can take that off. And down in that hole at the top of the handlebar stem is another Allen screw. And I can, again, take the Allen wrench, put that inside there. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. I'm going to loosen up the stem. And that allows me to raise the stem once it's loose, like that. Now there is there's another maximum. There's a maximum how much you can raise the stem. Right there. There's markings right there, and it says Max Fit, Pro Max. So that means those dashed lines the maximum I can raise it. I can't bring it past that, so that's no good. I have to, that's the most I can raise it, so that's what I'm gonna bring it to, right there. I can't see those dashed lines, and that's perfect. Now I gotta hold it in place and tighten it down. Oops. Again, righty-tighty. Also, one thing you want to make sure of when you're tightening down the handlebars is that they need to be perpendicular to the wheel, because that's going to give you proper steering. So these handlebars need to be really nice and firm because you don't want them slipping around when you steer. Alright, that's about as firm as it gets, and now I'm a lot more comfortable. I'm a lot more relaxed in my back position. I'm more upright. It's much more comfortable than before. Before I was hunched over like this. Now it's a much more relaxed ride and a properly fitted ride. And that is how you properly fit and size your bike.